So I thought I was done with the WikiLeaks stuff for today, but it looks like something's going down at the Ecuadorian embassy in London. And if you guys don't know, that's where Julian Assange is right now because that's like the only place he can get diplomatic immunity. Anyways, it all started when WikiLeaks tweeted these things out, and these are hashes. They basically validate a file. It's almost like a fingerprint. No two files will have the same hash. And I think this is just my opinion though. It's either verification for later leaks they put out, but I think a more plausible theory is that they're warning shots to these people, John Kerry, Ecuador, and the UK, which are all kind of people involved in his situation right now. So what he's essentially saying is, look, those files that you have, I have them too. You can go check with these hashes. So what they can do right now, what like John Kerry can do, he can go look through his files and see if any match that hash. And if they do, then that means that WikiLeaks has something on him. So I think they're warning shots saying something like, you shouldn't really mess with me right now. But that's just my opinion. No one really knows what these things mean at the moment. Anyways, a few minutes after this happened, Roger Stone tweeted out this stuff, which I would take with a grain of salt because he can be wrong, but he can be right. The first one I don't believe because of later evidence I'll show you in the video, but the first one with John Kerry, I can 100% believe that, which that one is actually backed up by evidence later in the video. But he basically says in one that John Kerry is threatening the Ecuadorian president with grave consequences if Assange is not silenced. And then the second one says Brits are storming the embassy tonight while John Kerry demands the UK revoke their diplomatic status so Assange can be seized. After that, around 2 a.m., WikiLeaks tweeted out that Assange's internet has been intentionally severed by a state party. Then they activated appropriate contingency plans. What I'm thinking is that either the UK, Ecuador, or the United States just cut off Assange's internet. Those are like the only people that would be behind this. But I mean, this is pretty big. They're basically saying we want this guy to stop leaking this stuff. And if you've been under a rock, the stuff he's leaking is really incriminating stuff about Hillary Clinton, to say the least. Kind of lines up with what was said earlier about John Kerry threatening the Ecuadorians to cut off this guy's or silence him or whatever. So it looks like they might have went through with that. I guess the good news though is that someone actually went out there right now about an hour ago maybe. He checked it out and it doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary is going on, so it might just be all cyber based. But I mean, it could also be something's going on inside that they don't want you to know about. He actually went up to the desk. The desk guy said you need an appointment. I mean, it didn't look too out of the ordinary, but I guess if some people are doing something in secret, they're gonna try to cover as much tracks as they can. And this one might kind of tie in with all this that's been going down, but Obama said that the CIA is preparing for a major cyber attack against the Russians. And this one really made me question why they would announce that, and apparently WikiLeaks questioned that too, but I'll get to that in a minute. But anyways, they're basically said the CIA is going to launch these cyber attacks to try to get back at Russia for these DNC leaks, which they still haven't even proved 100% it was Russia. The other weird thing is that they're announcing it, which I don't know why they would be. Well, I kind of know why. Basically, they're trying to flex on Russia. They're like saying, oh, look, we're mounting up an attack on you. You can look into that. It's a state TV warning about war and all this stuff. I mean, it's kind of concerning, but it's not too concerning now. I think people are hyping it up more than it really is. But I would be on the lookout for that. I'm definitely keeping my eye on that because that could develop into something a lot worse really fast. Anyways, literally tonight there's this website, I'll put it in the description, but they track attacks from countries to countries. They do this by renting out their own servers and basically having them open and secure to see who actually hacks in. And usually Russia is pretty lit up, but you can see on this map that nothing's going on in Russia, which is really weird because I've been on this site a few times, and I think anyone that knows anything about like internet and all that good stuff, that Russia, a lot of attacks come from Russia, a lot of attacks go to Russia, and for no attacks to be coming or going out of Russia is just really weird. And it could tie in with this CIA attack. It couldn't. It could not. I honestly don't know, but I thought I'd throw that in there for you guys. And WikiLeaks basically says the things I was thinking, but I guess they said it before. I didn't see this tweet, but they say that if CIA was doing it, it would be announced and it would be done by the NSA, who is a lot more equipped for that sort of stuff. So I don't think that CIA cyber attack is a real thing necessarily. But that's just my opinion. I encourage you guys to come up with your own conclusions. I'm just here to bring you the information. Anyways, that's gonna do it. That's really all we know for now, but I think Assange is safe. Like, he's not gonna get like assassinated, but he could get extradited, which would be really bad. But if that does happen, he does have a kill switch in an insurance policy. So if that does happen, there's actually a file that you can download right now. It's like 80 gigabytes, and it has a ton of encrypted leaks. Basically every leak that he has is on that file. So if something bad were to happen to him, he wouldn't be able to enter the password to delay the release of the password for that file. The password would get out, everyone would be able to see what's in that file, and all hell would break loose. So I don't think they would do that yet. Anyways, that's gonna do it for tonight. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.